Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. It ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. When I was a young warthog, or should I say when I was younger, I used to be obsessed with The Lion King. I had this little chair with Simba's face on it, and it even felt like real lion's fur. Everything in my life could be done from a comfy seat on good old Simba. My daily activities included singing the lyrics of a song not quite yet known to mankind, drawing in my coloring book, watching The Crocodile Hunter, may Steve Irwin rest in peace, playing with my farm animals and setting up elaborate ranch scenes, or watching 8 Seconds for the 10,000th time. Now, maybe I might have just been a little kid who already had everything taken care of, or maybe I was just too innocent and naive to know the difference, but I'm pretty sure it was safe to say I was living out Hakuna Matata. So what happened to that childhood bliss? How do we get back to that lifestyle of Hakuna Matata? Well, we're all scared of something, but fear is that thing that holds us back. It allows us to justify staying the same person for the rest of our lives. Never fear. But if you already know what that barrier is, I think it's time we push through it, because the only way to conquer mediocrity is to outrun our demons. We've got to shift gears. Now, as you find yourself moving faster and faster past everything you've ever been afraid of, you just might find yourself traveling at the speed of light into places you've never been. But life's beauties lie in the things that we cannot yet see. Crave the unknown. Now, in the story of The Lion King, there's one character who's particularly peculiar, Zazu. He never wants to have fun or let the cubs go on any adventures, and that's because he's what we refer to today as a cave person. That's right, cave people still exist. No longer are they as obvious as the unkempt Neanderthal who walks around on all fours, but in this era, they're disguised as everyday human beings just like you and I. And I'll wager that there are more than a couple of them sitting out amongst you right now. You see, cave people are citizens against virtually everything. They're those people that have to have every single inch of their lives mapped out so that they will never run into a situation that was unexpected, so that they will never be caught off guard. Why do these people behave this way? It's because they let their own fears get in the way. Don't go into the woods because there are bears that inhabit the area. Don't climb that mountain because even though the view at the top is breathtaking, there's a chance you might fall down. Don't help that underdog because there's a chance that you might be placed on their level. Don't try to make things better for yourself because there's a chance that you're exactly where you deserve to be. Don't make that first move because there's a chance that you might be rejected. Whatever the fear is, it's keeping us from living our lives to the fullest and squeezing every ounce of juice out of the lemons that we've been given. Take a look at your high school careers. Are you satisfied? Have you done everything you thought you would your freshman year? In high school, it's so easy to cower away. But what's the use in being so scared that we're motionless? The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Never fear. Now, we all have those few scary moments in our lives, and we can relate because of this. Elementary school was a big time in my life. I had just moved on from daycare to riding to big kid school with my mom. Now, there were so many memories from these monumental years, kind of like my first girlfriend, Brooke, who gave me my first kiss underneath the jungle gym on the playground. There was my kindergarten teacher, Miss Liddell, who tied my shoestrings to a chair, placed a box over my desk, and stuck a lamp in the box, making me do my work that way. Sorry, I'm not sorry for being a social butterfly. Then there was the traditional marriage that celebrates the Q&U wedding in kindergarten. Now, y'all remember Brooke? Well, she wasn't marrying me in the wedding. Oh, no. She was marrying my arch nemesis, the captain of the other dodgeball team, Jake. What the heck? Could these teachers not see that we were made for each other and madly in love? I'm not bitter. But the moment where I became the man I am today happened to me in the 2nd grade during the school-wide musical, The Safari. Now, I had landed a flattering piece in the quartet role of Ants in My Pants. Obviously, a couple of you have figured out what I had to do. Run around on stage acting like I had actual ants in my pants. It was horrible. I was so nervous until I got out there on that stage, and then I started running that stage side to side, working those safari shorts like they was going out of style. And when the ants bit, I bit back with the Bernie before it was cool. That day, I had the whole audience rolling. I realized then and there that our lives are what we make of them, nothing more. We all have those moments that force us outside our comfort zones into awkward situations. But think about it like this. What if that's just God being a tough, loving parent saying, I've given you this opportunity, now sink or swim? If we sit backstage and work the lighting for somebody else, then where's the gratitude in that? After all, life's a stage. You might as well give everybody a show. And we all deserve that time in the spotlight. If we will let ourselves wide open and burst through those barriers that hold us back, we'll encompass a totally new sense of freedom, no strings attached living. But in order to do so, we have to shift gears. Now, we all sometimes just psych ourselves out. We build these events up in our minds to be exponentially larger than what they really are. Almost a year ago today, the state officer team was making our way down to Phase 2 training in the heart of the hill country at Moe Ranch in Hunt, Texas. Now, this place is beautiful. It sits along the banks of the Guadalupe River and all 18 feet deep of its clear blue wonder. Now, here in the FFA, we like our camps, and we like to have thousands of them, right? But no one could have prepared me for this one to be so different. Somewhere amidst all the late-night grilled cheeses and all the trainings, we managed to make a lot of time for the river and some time for the high ropes course. On the high ropes course, there was a section called the Moe pole. Now, the Moe pole is where you had to climb to the top of a telephone pole and then stand on top. Mind you, the top of a telephone pole is about 5 to 6 inches in diameter. Then you had to jump off and try to catch a trapeze on your way down. Now, for some of us state officers who weren't too afraid of heights, it was kind of no big deal. But for some of the people on my team, this was that wall of fear that they'd never been able to persevere through. Before I got my chance at the Moe pole, I got to watch a couple of my teammates go up there and never miss a beat. But then Christy Kelly was set to climb the pole. She got to about the middle of the pole and then began to slow down. She started climbing slower and slower until she came to about eye level with the top of the pole. And then she froze. She looked at the ground and for the next 30 seconds clung to that top of the pole, and our reactions on the ground were the same. But then something miraculous happened. Almost in unison, we all start cheering and chanting with all that we have. Looking down at us at the ground, then back up at the top of the pole, Chrissy began to climb once more. One hand, 1 foot at a time, shaking, until she placed both hands on the top of the pole and both feet on the top 2 rungs. Then she froze once more. Despite all of our chanting, despite all of our encouragement, with all we knew how and all that we could, Chrissy had hit the wall for the next 5 minutes. You've never seen anything so amazing as when somebody overcomes their greatest fear. As Christy put that first foot on the top of the pole, I realized that there are 2 kinds of people in this world. There are those who sit back, afraid to look into the unknown for the fear of what we cannot see. And then there are those of us who rush headstrong into the wind, tasting every sliver of light that this world has to offer. Cave people are citizens against virtually everything. Texas FFA, I challenge you all to crave the unknown. Become crave people. Citizens reaching after various experiences. Now, I have a cousin, Farron, who's 9 years old. She just graduated the 2nd grade, and she's been diagnosed with a rare form of soft tissue cancer. She could be a model one day. Couldn't you see it? Who knows what lies ahead for her, but one thing's for certain, she's living her life fearless. You never know. You might just find that your true passion is for helping others. Go on that mission trip. You never know. You could be the best performer the world has ever seen. Take the stage. Who's to say that you won't be the most successful sales representative the corporate world has ever known? Try out for that public relations team. Maybe you are the next voice of American agriculture. Advocate. Every time you think of a reason not to do something, Hakuna Matata, no worries. You gotta risk it to get the biscuit, right? Crave the unknown. Texas FFA, stop wasting time because our lives are too short for that. Know that from this day forward, each and every one of our stories are all unwritten. Life can be a beautiful ride, but before you see the wonders that lie on the path ahead, you have to take that first step. The phrase, "do not be afraid," is written in the Bible 365 times. That's a daily reminder from God to live each day being fearless. Life is short. Don't ever waste it. Life is sweet. Take the time to taste it. Life is a journey. Maybe. Find the right path. Life is entertaining. Don't be afraid to laugh. Life is for good times. Make them last. But life has its bad times. Put them in your past. Life is a chance. Make sure that you take it. But most importantly, life is what you make it. Texas FFA, as I look upon this audience, I see that we're all sitting on the edge of greatness. Why do we keep wondering what's at the bottom? Wake up. Don't look, just jump.